Hey everyone, welcome back to Day in Brelandia. It's been a while. I know my name is Brianna if you're new here, which you probably are since this is a new channel still and it's in the baby stages. But I figured I would give an update on things since it's been quite a while. Things just got really busy over here, along with I was having technical difficulties with my memory card, and it was just making, I tried to do a few videos with my old memory card, and every time I'd get in the middle of cooking a recipe or something, it would be a full memory card. So it was super frustrating because then I'd have to stop the recipe, go downstairs, upload it to the computer, and then come back up. Anyways, I finally got a new memory card, and then I had made a couple videos, but by the time I had actual time to sit down and edit it, it had already been so long that the videos just seemed kind of pointless. So now here we are in 2021, and one of my goals for this year is to get better at uploading videos and making YouTube videos. But it's also at the very bottom of my goals list. So as you can see, it's already February and I'm already struggling. I meant to make this video way closer to the beginning of January, but things just kept happening, and good things happening, but it got busy again. And so here I am now. It's February 5th, and so we're gonna get on this, and this is gonna be my goal to do that. I have tons of videos in my head that I want to make for this year, so hopefully we can get out and get them done. But this video I wanted to give an update since it's been a while. So first things first, since it is a new year, we all make those New Year's goals and resolutions and things like that. And this year I really wanted to focus on being more self-sustainable. And so for one of my goals is in my garden, I want to try to do a year's worth of food from my garden, or at least have that be like where we get the main bulk of our vegetables throughout the year. Although I do know there's going to be a few things out there, and I'm going to take you out in a little bit and show you outside, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But we just don't have the best spots for certain things like potatoes and onions. So I'm probably not going to do that. Maybe my dad will, since he is where the gardener in me comes from. My dad is a soil scientist, and a lot of people have actually been requesting that I make gardening videos so that way I can help them, since I learned a lot from him, although I am not a professional like he is in that aspect. So if I don't know a question that or don't know the answer to a question that you have, if you want to ask me, I'll probably ask my dad, and then I can get back to you. So I do know the basics of gardening and how to do my own garden, and we've been experimenting with a garden since we moved here, and it just takes practice. Your first year probably may not go that great unless you're very lucky, just because it does take a while to get familiar with your garden space and what grows best in your type of soil and all sorts of different things. So I know a lot of people are trying out gardening this year, and if you're new to it, don't let this be your year to figure out if you want to continue doing it and not. You got to give it a good try. Like 1 year is not good enough, so you got to try it again for a couple years until you can really decide if this is for you or not. And for me, often it's the fact that I just am not disciplined enough to go out there and pull the bajillion weeds. But this year, I'm determined. It's my main focus, my main goal is to get that to where I want it to be. And even my daughter is going to be doing a garden, and I'm going to show you where hers is going to be in just a little bit. And she's going to be doing herbs in her garden, and so we're going to make it into like a garden that can make some teas. We want to make our own teas. Like we're going to be planting, why can't I think of the name of it right now? Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of the tea. But anyways, we're going to be doing lots of different flowers that have chamomile. we're going to be doing like chamomile. We're going to be growing chamomile and a few other ones that I'm just really excited to try some. Anyways, we're going to try to make our own teas and then just have it for regular herbs in the garden. And yeah, that's going to be kind of fun to try out, although it's going to be an experiment because I've never done those kinds of plants before. But the good thing about those kind of plants is they come back every year, and so that's going to be nice. So it's going to be like the lazy garden. Once you get it going good, you don't have to worry about replanting year after year. So that's going to be exciting, and I figured that would be a good project to give her so she can see her garden grow up with her pretty much. So that's the goal there. And then also with becoming, it's not more self-sustainable, it's kind of, I guess, I want to have a better stockpile in our pantry, even though our pantry is the world's smallest pantry. Okay, no, it's not. I know people who have smaller pantries than that, but it's a really small pantry. So I'm going to be, throughout the year, converting our laundry room into more of a pantry room too, because our laundry room is a really big laundry room that it would make a perfect pantry. Although the only issue with our laundry room is since it's in the basement, we do get a little bit of bugs and things like that, so the only foods that can go down there are if they're in like food shelf storage containers or like canned goods and glass jars and things like that. So that makes that a little bit of a challenge, especially when I want to stock up on some other things that aren't in those kind of containers. I could always go buy them, but I'm very picky when it comes to like storage containers. I am the type of person, I want a good quality, and I'm willing to pay the good quality price, although I am a person who likes shopping on a budget. And I'm willing to pay the price for a good quality if I find exactly what I want, but I can't find exactly what I want because everything is just so cheaply made nowadays. And so I get really frustrated trying to find things, and sometimes I have great luck in finding it, and other times I don't. But yeah, I'm at the point in my life where I'm just so tired of the cheap products that are made nowadays. For example, we have a bookshelf out there, and it's the, I don't know, it's one of those cheap ones from Walmart, and it worked for like a few months, and then it started falling apart, and we've been like, it's been barely hanging on since we bought it, and I'm just like, I want a solid wood bookshelf. And lucky for me, my parents were they were about to take it to the dump actually. I was like, whoa, I have been looking for a solid wood bookshelf since we got married pretty much. So I was like, can I have that? And the funny thing is, it was mine as a little girl growing up. It used to have like this pink flower wallpaper on it, and now it's just white, but I'm going to repaint it, and I actually might put wallpaper in the background. And that's going to be a project that I have for spring. So that is another project. But anyways, I want, and it's solid wood. It's lasted since I was my daughter's age. And it still can be mine today when I'm almost 30. So it's held up. It's real strong, solid wood and good quality, well-made bookshelf. And I want good quality, well-made stuff that's going to last. I don't want to have to keep buying cheap stuff over and over again. And sorry about the lighting. There's clouds going in front of the sun right now. But yeah, so we're wanting to stock up on some stuff, get a good shelf pile. Since 2020, we all experienced not being able to find certain things on the shelves, and that just, for a while there, it was fun, and I got to be creative with what I could find, but then after some time, I was just getting so frustrated with not being able to get the things that I wanted when I wanted them. So I wanted to build a better stockpile. We do have a buttload of MREs down there for emergency stuff, but I want to build a stockpile, so in case things like that happen again where people go in and just completely clear the shelves, I want to know that I have a good stockpile at home and I don't have to worry about it. The only problem with that is I have always been the type of shopper that I won't go shopping until there is absolutely nothing else I can make in my home. And so I can't just go out and buy all the things right now and just build my stock shelf in one day. It's going to take time for me to build it, to be financially responsible about it as well. But so I've been trying to get one extra thing each time I go in, but to get over the habit of, okay, I know I have this in my shelf, but I want to keep it in my shelf, but then I can still, like, I don't need to make a meal with that right now. Go to the store anyways, even though you have stuff to make a meal. That's just kind of hard for me to get over. So building my stockpile has been hard. So, because I'm like, well, I have all the stuff to make this food, so why can't I just make it? It's like, because you need to save that for an emergency, but the emergency might not happen, so then you're going to have to use it, and it's just, it's hard for me to figure out that balance. And so hopefully by the end of this year, I'll be able to figure out a good system so that way I can keep building a stockpile, but yet get over not still going to the grocery store, but then still using everything, and so that we can keep it rotating through. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, I need to watch more Frugal Fit Mom. She has great advice on that kind of stuff, although the one thing that she has in her favor is her grocery stores have amazing sales and things like that that make it easy to stock up on. I went through my grocery store just this morning, actually, and we have no sales like that ever. Not even our Walmart, nothing. You can barely find good sales. What I need to do, actually, is I need to go up to one of the military bases and go on the commissary. They usually have some pretty good deals. So maybe I'll have to do that one time. It's one of those hard things for my brain to kind of get over. But we'll get there, hopefully. Now, next, you're probably wondering how homeschool's been going, and that has been going amazing. I absolutely love it. Now that we've been doing it, I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. I really wish I started sooner. We've been doing amazingly. Some of our favorite things are the Beast Academy, the math in here. It's just so fun, and they have these new games, and the games kind of teach you these tricks to figure out these problems faster. It's been a lot of fun for her, and even I have had so many moments. That's how you can do it so much faster. And when we're at the store, she's doing math in her head like that, and it just blows me away to how much she's actually learning from it. And also, it has so many nods in there to multiplication and algebra, even though she's not technically doing it yet. Although she is doing it, she just doesn't know it yet. And so once she does get to multiplication and algebra, she's going to be whipping through that like nobody's business. And then other things, I had mentioned that we were doing this book, and then I think in one of the last videos I said that we had gotten this book and we were just starting it. We are this far into it now, so we've been we're in the second semester of it, I think. But between these two books, I think I like this one a little bit better than this one. My daughter likes this one more. But this one as well, like this one is how to live in your faith type of a book. This one is how to live in your faith and learn Bible education as well, which is why I like it, because I want my daughter to learn about the Bible as well as implying the Bible. So that's been, but since she does like this one, we're going to continue it, and I'll probably get the next one, because there's a second book to this one, and I'll probably get that for her. I'm trying to find right now a Bible curriculum that's more like this, but longer. So like this length. Because this one only lasted us like 2 months. So I want to find one that's this length, but more like this. So if any of you know of one, let me know, because, you know. And since I like this so much, I was like, I really wish I could find a book like that for myself, but more adult. Even though, I mean, I would do this by myself. It was that good. So I found Instagram must have been reading my mind, and I ended up finding these books. This one is Daughters of Grace. He Leads Me, a study of Psalms, and Chosen, a study of the book of Ephesians. And then this one, which I have been working on now, and it's the Sermon on the Mount, a study of God's upside down kingdom. And I figured this was a good one to start with because of everything going on right now. Everything just seems so upside down, and it's been great. Although I do think this book is more for if you're new into your faith, so keep that in mind. But I have gotten so much out of it still, even with that. Next, science. Science and history are the books. I don't think I have her history book here with me. No, I don't. Where'd it go? I thought I did have it. Oh well. Well, the history book and the science book. This is the science book we got. I had them more as a guideline, and in a way that has worked, but in a way I wish it had a little bit more to them. And so the history I got was the Abeka history for 2nd grade. And this is the science book. My dogs are playing outside. I'm trying to tell if it's a play fight or a rip fight. Hold on. Anyway, so I got the Abeka history for 2nd grade, and it's been okay. It's definitely, there's been some great stories in there. Although it's been like the 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. We were learning about colonial life, and then it went into George Washington, briefly mentioned the Revolutionary War, went to Betsy Ross, and now it went straight to pioneers. And it's like, wait a minute. There was a whole chunk of history that missed. And so we've been, and since I was using it as more of a guideline, I mean, technically it's fine, but I wish it would have covered a little bit more than what it did, even though I'm still using it just as a guideline. Because that's like, well, there's a pretty important part of history that it just, whoop. So that we're definitely probably not going that route again next year. Same with this one. This has been so brief. We are actually almost done with this book. The last chapter is on the human body and stuff, and I don't think I'm going to do the human body until next year. And once we're done with, right now we're doing fossils and like dinosaurs and things like that. So once we're done with that, we are going to be going into plants. Since we're going to be starting our garden, I figured that would be perfect time, and so she can be learning about how to garden, about plants and things like that, and that will be what we finish our year off with. Maybe there'll probably be time to add more to it than just that, but again, this like gives such brief stuff. And this is, with this one, there were a whole bunch of other books that came with the whole set of science, and I had just got the textbook. So maybe if you get those other books, there's more to it. But since this is the main textbook, I don't know if I would trust the other books. But I haven't gotten them. I went the cheaper route, and I was like, I'm just going to use it as a guide anyways. but it definitely could cover more in certain areas. Like I showed you the space one earlier. I'm pretty sure I showed it to you, but it was just the one page. So it kind of made it, you know, we went and did our own thing with space. And then we've been doing, we did an earth study, and then now we're doing fossils and some other stuff. So that I kind of wish and again, I got this in the history book because at the time that I was starting this whole first homeschool year, I was thinking, oh hey, I'm just gonna do it for this year and then we'll put her back in. But now, since we've enjoyed it so much and she's getting so much out of it, not only just the fact that she's able to have faith implemented into all of her studies, and so she's growing in her faith. She's becoming the girl she was before going to public school, because when she went to public school, she picked up a lot of other kids' habits. And she got cranky and fussy. She was really tired because the way the schedule worked, when it was school days, she'd have to get up super early. And then once she got home, she didn't really get a break. And then we had to do homework. And then we had dinner. And then it was time for bed. And if we had activities afterwards, she would go to those activities and then just be extra exhausted. And she wanted to do those activities because she's interested in them. And I wanted her to do them, like gymnastics. But it was just draining her so much that she was just becoming this really crabby little girl. And she used to be this sweet, funny, hyper girl. And it was just like slowly sucking the life out of her. And so now that we're homeschooled, she gets all the sleep she needs. She gets to eat meals when she wants to eat meals, and they get to be wholesome meals that I actually get to make, or she makes, because now she can make her own food. And so she gets to have these wholesome meals. If she's feeling hungry, she gets to go eat. She gets to feel her body the way that her body is needing to be fueled right now. And I just love that. And she gets to go out and play when she needs a break. And she gets to help teach her brother things, which she absolutely loves. She wants to become, I think she still does anyways, it's been a while since I asked her, but she wants to be a teacher when she's older. So she gets to have that kind of teaching experience with her brother. She's made him a whole bunch of games, and it's super cute, like these little learning games that she's made him. And so and like right now they're out playing. It's a Friday. We haven't even started school yet. We went to the grocery store. And now they're outside playing, and I'll probably do a little bit with them today, but for the most part, we're just taking it easy today on a Friday. So, and we've been pushing hard this whole week, so I was like, you know what? Let's just take it easy today. And I wanted to get this done too, so I was like, go play outside so I can do this and have fun with your brother for a little bit, and then they'll come in, and while we're relaxing, I'm going to have her work on a few things. But it's been great, and she's been learning so much. She gets to learn at the level that she's at. That's another thing. I could tell she was bored with what she was learning at school because she already knew how to do it all. And so why keep her in that same level whenever she can do more? And we can actually push her and challenge her, and she loves that so much. She just thrives off of it, especially whenever, like... Alright, so here we are at the garden, and I don't remember what I was saying with the last post, with the last section there. I think I was talking about her history book, but just scratch that. You can see the puppies right there. Alright, but anyways, I thought I heard the dogs barking at the mailman. We are getting a package delivered today, so I wanted to make sure the mailman didn't die because they will attack. So I was like, oh no, I have them outside still. So I went to come out, but he wasn't here, or she wasn't here. It's a male lady. She's an awesome male lady. But yeah, so this is the garden. It is full of baby trees right now that need to get pulled, and raspberries that need to get pulled, even though I'm tempted to leave this because I want a safe spot for raspberries to grow that doesn't get too infested with ticks. Whereas, let me show you out here, this whole area out here is actually blackberries, not raspberries. It's a whole bunch of blackberries that are out here, but in the summertime, this is just packed full of leaves, and it's like the perfect heaven for snakes and ticks. And so I am very tempted to kind of leave that, although I don't want it to take over everything else, so I probably should pull it, and that's probably what's gonna happen. The good thing is we live in an area where there's so many orchards and farms that let you go and pick your own berries and apples and peaches and things like that. So I don't need to necessarily worry about that here. And my parents are even actually getting some apple trees in their yard. So we'll have great ways to get stocked up on those kind of food items because we're friends with all these farmers here, and even like the ones that I go to a lot, they remember me, and so they're like, oh well, we're just gonna give you it for this price today since we missed you, type of thing. So like, make friends with your local farmers. It's gonna help you out a lot. But yeah, this is the garden. Here is, so you can see this area here, how it's shady. It does get a little bit sunnier in the summertime because the sun is just at a little bit different of an angle. But this is where I'm going to be planting all the stuff like lettuce, spinach, kale, things like that that don't need a whole lot of sunshine. And then saving this side here for, here's a little kiddo, saving this side here for the things that need sun. So I'm thinking we're gonna do a patch of corn, and this is probably not gonna go in this order. I'm gonna have to figure out all the perfect pairings for planting things. So like, you know, corn, peppers, tomatoes. What's something else that we should grow? What's something else that we should grow?
Was the rain?
Yeah, with the rain. What should we grow in here?
Kind of more plants.
More plants? What kind of vegetables?
Maybe apple something.
Apple somethings? That's a fruit, buddy. And we'll do apples at Grandma and Grandpa's house, okay? Any other vegetables? What?
Bananas.
What?
Bananas?
Bananas?
Yeah.
I don't think we can grow bananas here, buddy. Alright, well.
Or a peanut. Or
A peanut? We could grow peanuts here. Peanuts grow really well here.
yay.
But I don't think we will. Maybe we'll create our own little spot for a peanut garden for you, okay?
Tomato?
Yep, we'll grow some tomatoes. Yes. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a full seed haul. Once I get all my seeds in, I'll show you. Although, if you haven't ordered yet, do so now. Don't wait for my seed haul. It's not gonna get here in time. I think my seeds get sent out next week. So by the time I actually get them, it's gonna be a little too late for you to order. Because of how things are going now, a lot of things are selling out, and there's huge delays on everything. So you don't want to wait.
Green beans?
Yeah, we're gonna do green beans. Yes.
What about potatoes?
Probably not potatoes.
Really?
No, we'll probably just buy those ones from a farm. You see your beautiful lips from your juice?
Yeah.
And your pizza sauce?
Mm-hmm.
Is that so fun? Part of our bribery for going grocery shopping today was I would let them get a Lunchable. We don't do those often, and they're more only for bribery for being good.
Green beans went for the rain.
You want to plant the green beans and tomatoes for the rain?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we need something else to grow.
What else? Should we do carrots?
Yeah. Grow carrots. But we already got carrots at the store. But we want grow carrots for the rain.
Yeah.
But once that bike will be doing all the way up there, Mommy.
I don't know. Daddy keeps putting it up there. I found this old bike wheel in our backyard, and I keep putting it on the door for like decoration, but my husband keeps putting it up there. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, I'll do a seed haul for you. I'll explain better, and I'll walk you through everything as I do it in this garden. Well, maybe not like absolutely everything, but I'll keep you updated on the garden. But yeah, are you excited for the garden this year?
Yeah!
What were you saying to me about kids and vegetables the other day?
That I don't get that most kids don't like vegetables.
Why?
Because usually a whole bunch of them are really yummy.
Yeah. Do you think you like vegetables because you know how to grow them?
What? If you do see your lips from your and
But yeah, if you have kids and you want to do a garden, it's the perfect way to get them interested in vegetables, because when they see it growing and then they grow it and then they see the food that the plant produces, they're going to want to try it. And as long as you cook it properly, and this is probably why I think my husband doesn't like them that much, is that a lot of people just don't know how to cook them well, although my husband is past the point of trying. So he is very picky in trying them, and so yeah, he just doesn't want to ever try them. But if they see them grow and they become excited about it, and it's been the best way to get your kids to eat vegetables. Like, my kids tend to be picky at first. Like, my daughter was picky for a while, and then my son is kind of getting over the picky stage right now. But he is, once he sees how it grows, he wants to try it, and then he thinks it's so delicious. And this dog is dirty. Balto. You showing off your mud? Alright, so let me walk you down over here where we're thinking about putting her herb garden. Let's walk through all the mud first. Anyways, this is the spot right here that we already have mint that is all dried up and dead right now. Well, it's not dead, but this is mint area here. And then we're just gonna turn this all into a whole bunch of different herbs. And it's gonna be easy for her to come out and take care of it herself. This is also another patch of mint. One is spearmint and one is peppermint, and I don't remember which are which. Either way, it's mint. The only thing with here is we are going to be building a garage here. So, and it's looking like this year is going to be the year that we finally get to do that. We've been working towards this goal for a long time, and things are finally starting to fall into place. Remember how you said January was very busy? We were working on that goal. So if we put a garage here, and it's going to be 2-story, so that's going to block a lot of sun from this spot. And again, this does get a little bit more sunnier in the summertime. So it may not be the best spot for an herb garden. Another spot here, anyways, we have 2 acres of land. Come on, come on. I don't want the dogs to see the neighbors. Balto will be fine because he has his fence thing that helps keep him safe. But Lobo, since he's just a guest doggy, doesn't. And Lobo is very protective. Come on. So, look at that.
We're making a mud pie.
See, these are the good things about homeschool.
What? What is the good thing about homeschool?
That you get to play
For a long
and learn things with your imagination. Alright, let me go down this way. Hopefully I don't fall on my butt. Well, you can kind of see our yard. Oh good, it's melted here. We did just get some work done on this side. Oops, still slippery. Did you almost fall? Get it. Alright. Try not to go too far over that way. But yeah, we do have some apple trees down there, but they're not doing too hot. So we are not going to rely on those. We also have some grapes along the side here, but since we kind of share those grapes with our neighbors over there, I don't know if I trust them not putting anything on them. So here we have some roses, and here I could rip these roses out and then put her herb garden here, but I really don't want to have to rip those roses out. We do have so many other rose bushes here, so it wouldn't be like we're missing anything. And then plus all the flowers that are on these herbs would still make this look extremely beautiful. And one thing I did get is a type of bean that flowers, and it's on a vine, and so it would be good to grow them here, and it would go all the way up, and they attract hummingbirds and all sorts of other like butterflies and hummingbirds, and they grow beans that you can eat, and supposedly they're really good beans. They're a dry, like a shell bean, but they look very beautiful when you're growing, and so I got some to try them out. And if we rip that out, like if we could still make it look very beautiful. And we have, like, there's rose bushes here. The lady who lived here before us loved roses, so we are not in short supply of rose bushes. So even though it would be a pain to rip those out, it wouldn't be like we're missing out on roses either, even if we do. I know a lot of people would hate that I ripped them out. But look, here we also have some wine berries here. We get a lot of wild berries here. So that's kind of a little tour, a garden intro, how we plan on getting things started. Once I get my seeds in, I will do a seed haul and show you everything I got, as well as the ones that we are starting from seed indoors, and then ones that we're going to start from seed outside. There are differences. So yeah, that is all that I have for an update, I think. And that is pretty much the full update. I hope this video is not too long for you, and if you stuck around till the end, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell notifications if you want to see more from me, to keep the garden updates, to see how I'm doing with food storage and things like that. Homeschool life, all sorts of other stuff. I'm planning on doing some grocery hauls too. I used to not think I would do those because I feel like sometimes they're a little show-offy of what you can afford. And I'm going to try not make it that way, although I do firmly believe, and sometimes you have to spend a little bit extra more to place your vote, kind of, in a way, so you can get better quality foods at better prices in the long run. So yeah, and I'll explain that more if I do a grocery haul. But so yeah, I am going to be planning on doing those. There's a lot of stuff coming up, so hit the bell notification, leave a comment down below, and if you like this video and you want to comment and tell me that you like it, I would really appreciate it if you do put it in the comments instead of texting me you like the video, because it helps me out so much if you actually do comment on the video and hit the like button on the video. It helps out so much, and to see where I want this to go, it would help out a lot. But even if you don't like it, just don't worry about it. And you can tell me that in person. No, just kidding. You can even put that down below too. Constructive criticism is something I am all for. So yeah, we will. Yeah, but yeah, it helps me out so much if you tell me on YouTube, not in person. Although you can tell me in person too. Yeah, so hit that bell notification, put a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.